Hello again, everyone. Another card today using Gummiapan products, a stamp and the matching die to cut it out with. I'm really very excited at the moment, I have to say, because this weekend I'm going to be going to the craft day in Kenilworth, which has been organised by Matthew of Miser Print up in Scotland. So him living in Scotland with Anne and me living with Deb, living on the south coast, about 15 miles apart. We're going to kind of meet halfway. So it's going to be in Kenilworth, the Holiday Inn, on Saturday. I am so looking forward to meeting so many people who comment on my cards, and at the moment they are kind of a name, and I'm really looking forward to putting a person with that name. So very, very excited. Not long now, and trying to work out what I've got to take, and well, it's a nightmare really, but we're just going to have some fun. I don't mind what happens. We're just going to have some fun. So for today, I'm going to do this card with this rather, well, he looks a bit coy really, doesn't he? A reindeer. And he's all gussied up. He's got his tie on, his watch on. He's ready to go. And I didn't know what sentiment to put with him. So I decided on hello there. And as with yesterday, I'm going to try and make the whole card from one sheet of A4. Okay, this sentiment is computer generated. So I went over to the computer, opened Word. It's Word 2013. And the visible size of the paper on the screen was exactly this. My ratio was set to 118%. And that made the visible image the same size as this. So I could hold things up against that screen, and I know that would be the size it was when it was printed out. So I'm going to use this die as well. This is a bit like a journaling die, really, and it's got an imprint of the words lorem ipsum, which is apparently, I had to look this up, to do with graphic design and keeping a place. So I have cut it out just to see what it looked like. I've already done this once, and I thought, well, he'll go quite nicely on there with a hello there up here. So because I've cut it out, I had this bit. This is a quarter of a sheet of A4. And so I took this over to the screen of the computer and laid it on the screen like that. And I knew that would be my die cut. So I thought, if I can cut it out there like that, that is going to be in the right place. So I made sure it was in the right place. And this is going to go kind of there. So I'm going to follow through now and show how I kind of went about it. Those will be for another time. So that's my background. I'm using that instead of a panel for my card. So half of this will be my card base. This piece will be my card panel, and this bit down here is what I'm going to be stamping the old reindeer on. So first thing to do is to cut this down the center to make my card base. Just get my stamp platform out the way. So 10.5 is half of this sheet, and there it goes. So that is my card panel. This is the other half. You can see fits exactly. Okie dokie. Right, the next thing to do is for me to cut this piece in half so that I can die cut the journal page, whatever it is, from there, and the other half to be used for my stamping and die cutting. So cut this in half. It's about 14 point. It's a very strange measurement, A4 British. It's just not quite 15. Why they couldn't have made it 15? It would have made things a lot easier, I think. Anyway, let's just do that. Okay. So hopefully now, this one, just to make sure, you see, when you put this on here, you can't exactly see where it is, can you? But if I put this on first, I can see exactly where it goes. So I think it needs to be pretty much square to it. Okay, let's just have a go. About like so. And I'll have this piece parallel to this side. So let's just do this. Get that level down that side there. We are the right way up, yep. Just checking. Haven't done something stupid. Okay. That should be okay. Put it slightly on an angle like that and it will go through the rollers more easily rather than being absolutely parallel to them. So there's my front panel with my hello there on. Lovely. Okay. It's always handy to keep these kind of things if you've got a solid die, so you know where you're working. So there's that. Here is my card base. I can score this on here as well, which I did the other day. I don't often use this for scoring, but it does kind of work. There we go. Got a nice crease on the right side of the card. And then put the edges absolutely together and burnish. This is not accurate, this fold, which is why, this crease rather, which is why when you're folding and creasing, you need to make sure that the corners are over each other. So I've got that. That's kind of almost ready to go. Put that away. All we have to do now is stamp and colour this young man. Now I have put him into a stamp platform because I want to make sure that the line is absolutely solid. So if I put it that way, will that fit? Up about there. I do it sideways on because then I've got a couple of chances. If it doesn't do very well here, I can always try again over there. And I'm going to use Memento because I'm going to be colouring with alcohol markers. And the ones I'm going to use today are not my Ohuhu ones. They are my Nuvo ones. And the reason being, there are fewer of those. And I'm going to take those with me this weekend to the craft day. And so I just need to get used to them again. Ohuhu ones, the ones I've got, are brush tips. My Nuvo ones are bullet tips. And there is a difference in the effect that you get from the different tips of the markers. You see, this tie is just not quite good enough, so I will do it again. It's so much easier in a platform. I used to, before I had a stamping platform, I used to get my stamp positioning with some Lego blocks. Duplo ones, you know, the big ones like that. I made a right angle corner, used to put my stamp into it, stamp onto a piece of acetate, put the acetate where I want it, put the corner up to it, take the acetate away and stamp. It used to work. It was more laborious than doing it this way though, I have to say. Okay, that's good. There is my image of this dear little chap. He's all gussied up, isn't he? He looks ready for action. He's got his watch on and all the rest of it. So let's choose some colours. I'm going to do him brown. So we'll have a dark brown. This one, vintage walnut. We'll have a lighter brown. What's this one? Rich walnut. Let's have a look at some of these and see what we've got. How about that one? And then that one. Those three look like they'll be okay for him. What's that one? I've got some glasses. I did order some new glasses yesterday. I normally use off the shelf for close work ones, you know, just readers. But the optician said to me that I do have an astigmatism and I would see a lot more clearly with prescription glasses. She persuaded me. So I've got some really fancy frames coming. I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, let's start colouring him. We'll start with the deepest colour. And this is a bullet tip, you see. It's got a tip like a bullet, believe it or not, rather than a pointy one from the brush. So I'm just going to go around the edge, a bit of shading, back side of his leg there, underneath his foot, left side of there. That'd be a bit more dark there, and round here. I nearly always give the impression of the light coming from the right. I think it was because my other lamp always used to be sitting on that edge of my desk. Okay, a little bit of dark down here, a little bit of shading around the inside of his neck there, inside here, under his ear, just around his front of his nose, underneath that ear. A little bit round the nose here. Okay, there we go. Let's try another one now. Let's try the middle colour. What have I got here? Coconut shell. Okay, let's try this one. Coconut shell. Got to be careful. There's a stem just there of the flower that he's got in his chops. Okay, on we go around here. Just a bit around this flower. I think colouring with a bullet one is absolutely fun. Pro markers have bullet tips too, and I used to quite like I've got some Pro markers. Some of them have dried up now. I've had them a very long time, but I can't resist having a try out for some of these things. But if you are, you know, got a limited budget, these Nuvo ones are really rather nice. It took me a while to get used to the colours. I had 3 sets, I think it is, and I kind of mixed the colours up from the ones that they came in, so that I had all the ones that I would blend together in the same pot. And hopefully that's how I'll take them to Kenilworth this weekend. I am looking forward to it, I have to say. Some people I have met already. I know I can think of it. Well, there's Deb, of course. And these people, I met them because of Facebook. Not Facebook craft, but Facebook, if you know what I mean. When I've been out on holiday or something. I know Deb, I met Deb because I'd taken my grandkids, when they were coming to stay with me one time, to the D-Day Museum in Portsmouth. It's something that I'd intended going to see for ages. And I took them down there. Of course, I took some pictures to put on Facebook. And Deb saw these pictures and she said, goodness, that is kind of just down the road from me. So she made a comment on my Facebook thing that she was just down the road. So we met for coffee and, you know, we've been friends ever since. It's wonderful. Another person that I know is coming saw a post that I put on Facebook when I went to Lanzarote. We went one, I don't know, January or something. I can't remember exactly when. But we went to Lanzarote and we were taking a walk along the path by the sea. And I sat on this wall. My husband took a photograph of me, put it on Facebook. And this comment came, is that, whatever it was, the Playa Blanca or I don't know what it was, or I can't remember what it's called. But whatever it was. And that was Lucia. And she said, because we're here as well. And I thought, my goodness, So she knew of me through, I don't know, Clean and Simple card making group that I had when I was a mentor. And so we met for lunch. And I've met Lucia about 2 or 3 times since, because we've met at craft days and this kind of stuff with Miss Alexandra Palace and up in Newbury and all sorts. And it's absolutely lovely to get to know people. You know, another time I could go on, couldn't I? I was in Northumberland with some friends, and again I put pictures on Facebook of stuff we were doing and all this kind of stuff, saying where we were staying, all that kind of carry on. And Mandy, she put a comment. She said, "I'm just 2 miles down the road." So Mandy came up to see us, and we had a glass of wine and a good old chat in the garden of this place we were staying, and it was absolutely wonderful. I mean, what a wonderful fraternity. So Mandy's going to be there this weekend as well, so I'll see her again. So there'll be a few faces that I actually know the name of as well, or should I say a few names that I know the faces for. So, it's going to be fun. I am so looking forward to it. A few people have said they're going on their own and they're a bit nervous, but gosh, you know, there's no need to be. They're going to be amongst friends, aren't they? My goodness. It's going to be great. I'm just grateful to Matthew for organising this. He's will have quite a supply of Gummiapan stuff there, I do believe, which a lot of us won't be able to resist. But nevertheless, we're going to have some fun. Right, I put a little bit of shading on that one. I could go on forever, couldn't I, really? But never mind, let's just put little colour, different coloured straps on this. Perhaps I'll put this strap darker too. There we go. A bit of shading on that, maybe. I'm not quite sure what, as I haven't used these for such a long time. I'm not really sure of you know, what they do anymore. You get used to, you know, one thing, don't you really? I'll just blend this in a moment. It'll be a bit darker in there, won't it? Okay, let's go back to this one and just blend this lot in. There we go. Don't actually need a lot of finesse with colouring, just have a bit of fun. Okay, I can see a little bit of brown on there, but I think that's going to be fine because we'll be putting some colour on that flower. There's a tiny little bit gone into his eye, so what I'm going to do with that, if I can find this, it's just a jelly roll pen, white, just add a little more white in there and it's fine. Okay, right, what colour do we want the flowers? We could have white flowers on this one perhaps, in which case I could do that white, you see, and that problem is gone. Let's put a yellow centre in the flowers. Most flowers have a yellow centre, don't they? What's this one? Indian saffron. Okie dokie, that'll do for me. Indian saffron, lovely. There we go. And a little green. I think that might be a leaf of the flower. I don't know whether it's a leaf or part of the bag. It could be either, couldn't it, really? Let's make it a leaf. Vine leaf, that will do. So we'll have this bit of that green, this bit of that green, and we'll have this bit green here too. We'll pretend it's a leaf. I don't know if it is or it isn't, but we won't worry about it. It's my answer to everything, don't worry about it. I think we'll use the same green as part of his tie. Let's do that. So we'll have every other stripe a green one. There we go. Oh, we need some of these ones this way too. Okay. There we are. And with that, I think I put red in the other one. I don't know what we're going to do with this one. Perhaps I'll do the yellow again. Perhaps I'll keep his tie green and yellow, but just for a change, have a bit different. There we are. There we go. And what else? Not much. Oh, I know what. I've got one of these metallic paint markers, and this is a fine one. I'm just going to do his watch. So I'm going to do little stripy lines like this and round like that, just to add a little bit of silver. Put the arms. Okay, there we go. Oh, I'll do the buckles too of the bag. There we go. I think we can put a little buckle there too. Right. I'm just wondering whether to do anything with the flowers. I think I'll leave them white. I might just put a touch of shading, wrong end, around the corner of his eye here, and odd bits of petal. Okay. Now, all we need to do is cut him out, and we'll pop him on the card, and I think we're kind of done. You can't just look in one place. As you know, a slight movement will make a huge difference to how it's cut out. So let's just have another check. I think that's okay. Right, let's cut him out, and I think we're going to be done. Let's see how we've done. Oh, fabulous. Looks good. I'm pleased with that. Let's just pop out the few bits. One there, one here. Look at that. So where's my card now? Here it is. Hello there. And there he is. Do we need any little grounding or anything? I don't know. I don't know that we do. I think that's cute, isn't it? I think I'll put this on foam tape. This foam tape of mine is really shallow depth-wise. Can you see what I mean there? I have got some that is much, much deeper. Let me show you. This one, can you see the depth of that and the depth of this? It makes a huge difference when it comes to popping cards through the post. I could put 2 layers of this for one of that, which means that I could have this on foam tape and this on foam tape, and the whole thing would only be as deep as if I'd used 1 layer of that. This stuff, I love it. It's, well, I think it's all actually from Sticks to Anything, but this narrow one, shallower one, is my absolute favourite. I love it, and I use it an incredible amount. Okay, let's just pop this together and we'll be absolutely done for today. I've still got to go through thinking about what I'm going to collect to take with me this weekend. I'm going to go down and pick up Deb. She's got somebody to look after the dogs for the day. Well, for the night really, because we're staying in Kenilworth overnight on Friday for the do on Saturday. So, oh my goodness, it really is going to be fun. Can't tell you how much fun we're going to have. I don't know what we're going to get done, but you know, we'll have fun doing it, whatever it is. So here we go. The narrow stuff, you see, is quite versatile, goes through small places. I do really love it. If you try and look on Sticks to Anything, their website, if you put foam tape, you won't find this. I keep telling them, but if you put foam roll, you will. It's crazy. Look what difference a word makes. Okay, so that can go there, and then the whole thing can go on foam tape. So, clean and simple. Just wondering if I need to put some bits on. Yeah, I think I might. On these little bits here. Just to keep them from flapping down. I'll whiz this bit up actually. Okay, here he is, all ready. He's fun, isn't he? I do love him. I did ponder for a long time, actually, this morning about what the sentiment should be to go with him. And I was thinking about stuff like, you know, all gussied up and ready to party or something like that, you know. But I really couldn't come up with anything incredibly original. So if anybody can come up with a sentiment that you think would go well with this chap, I would be really, really interested to hear it. So do write in the comments if you can think of what should accompany this rather splendid deer. So as ever, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for clicking the thumbs up and checking your subscriptions. I am very, very grateful to everyone. So come back and see me very, very soon.